Today is day 56 of listening to a new album on my treadmill until we hit 2027, and today we're talking about The Pod by Ween, clocking in at 76 minutes. It's the sophomore album from the Rock Eclectics and was suggested through my Instagram comment section, so stay to the end to see my score. This is probably the weirdest record I've heard for this show. Instrumentally, it's incredibly lo-fi, experimental, and sloppy, while the vocals are manipulated to hell, slurred, and definitely feel like the byproduct of heavy inhalant usage. It's a literal 180 from the other Ween record I've heard way back, and this record had me entranced. However, I don't know if it's because I was in awe of it or dissociating to save myself from it. Ween's absurdity is probably the saving grace on this album, as they sing about nonsensical topics like pork roll, egg and cheese sandwiches, and Rip Van Winkle. It's refreshing to hear a band be purely themselves, but this novelty wears off quite fast as the album runtime is over an hour. The gems that shine on the sound burn as quickly as they begin, and I think this meandering track list could have been consolidated into a solid throwaway EP. When browsing the internet, I saw a lot of people saying this record can only be enjoyed when you're very sick or intoxicated, and I feel like this is a really big cop-out. Despite how high the band was when recording this album, good records should be able to be enjoyed in any mind state. And if I was high for this record, I don't think it would have changed my opinions, it would have just dulled the negatives. However, I did manage to walk out of this record with a couple of highlights, like my big fave, Demon Sweat. This one's incredibly minimal, using a murky synth pad and stock drums for the majority of its first half before it explodes into a never-ending guitar solo on the second half. Other highlights from Your Frank, which is also minimal, but the noise jam on the second half of this track is awesome. Can You Taste the Waste goes industrial, and it actually works really well despite how short it is. Oh My Dear is the most conventional track here, being a high-pitched ode about falling in love. Sketches of Winkle feels like 80s workout music with a noisier edge, and this one actually gets me pumped. And Pork Roll, Egg and Cheese is a summery disco ode to the sandwich they've been singing about on the entire album. My least favorite would handily be Laura. I found the vocal processing here to be the worst offender on the album, and the chromatic guitar lines actually hurt my ears. Overall, I'm feeling a straight 3 on this one. The Pod is a murky, mind-bending journey that revels in absurdity, but the many rough tracks and lack of novelty turn me away from ever going on it again. But as always, thank you for the recommendation though. Walk-up results are coming to you right now. Make sure to like, follow, and comment any albums you want me to do in March or anything I might have missed from this record, and I will see you all for day 57.